Hello and welcome to the Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Carolina Garza.
And I'm Mackenzie Miller. Today we'll be covering everything from petitions happening on campus to events happening at the end of April.
With the Texas State University campus reaching record high student enrollment numbers, parking issues have grown even worse. Let us take a look into an organization that is trying their best to address this very concern.
Hello, my name is Luke Fox with the Bobcat Bulletin. The week before spring break on March 8th, students gathered together under the UAC arch in order to address a growing concern within the Texas State University campus, that issue being the current state of parking. These students marched from the UAC across campus directly to the president's office, where they delivered thousands of petitions from students and alumni ready for change. I talked to the president of the organization called Park Texas State in order to gain a better grasp of the organization's goals.
So the goal is to create visibility for transportation issues at Texas State. And the only way to do that was to start somewhere. And so we chose a policy that was easy to isolate, that'd be easy to remedy. And that was tackling the disparity between parking ticket prices in the city of San Marcos and Texas State, where students are charged twice as much as in the city. Focusing on more economical solutions like parking spot counters, which is something that university has explored in the past but not gone through with, and that we've encouraged them to begin once again searching for vendors or solutions that would be adequate to implement a parking spot counter solution where students could be informed on where to park. We're looking for transparency from the university when it comes to transportation planning and how they're accommodating students making it to class and making it to campus.
With Park Texas State's goals in mind, I asked what the organization had just accomplished and what their steps were moving forward.
It's the very, very tip top of a lot of work that's gone in over the course of 2 semesters. Over 4,000 students, over 100 alumni have come and said, parking is a long-standing issue. We want to see something done about it. We care about our transportation system as a whole. We're talking not just parking, but we're talking about shuttles and biking infrastructure and being able to have a walkable campus. We made sure that their voices were heard. There's not going to be a time where everyone is available to deliver those petitions, but considering that over 10% of the university signed that petition and that they wanted something to be done about transportation, we took the opportunity to deliver those petitions straight to the president so we could begin that dialogue right with the decision maker at the university.
Hello, my name is Luke Fox with Bobcat Bulletin. Back to you, anchors.
The Kyle Flea Market in Kyle, Texas is a great place for local residents to shop for antique items and collectibles. This large warehouse building accommodates dozens of vendors who have a vast assortment of items for sale. These items include collectible toys such as bobbleheads, comic books, and some booths such as the Toy Box set that sells plush toys for children. Most booths sell antique furniture items or clothing items like t-shirts and dresses, but each booth is completely unique. The most popular vendors at the flea market are the record stores that sell vinyl records and cassette tapes. This is also a great place to find vintage cameras for those who are interested in shooting film photography. After spending enough time here, you'll come across a small haircut booth as well. If you are passing through Kyle, Texas, make sure to check out the Kyle Flea Market, open every Saturday and Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Texas State offers many degree programs, but there is one major that very few know about. Earlier this week, I was able to talk to Maria Lopez about her major. Here at Texas State, you may hear about business majors and journalism majors. But what about a metals major? Let's head on over to the art building to check out the metal studio and talk to one of the students there. Located on the first floor of the Joan Cole Mitty Art Building on Texas State's campus is the Metal Studio, a room full of loud, exciting, and thrilling creative energies and ideas that bounce from wall to wall. I was lucky to sit down and chat with one of the metal students that was working in the studio.
My name is Maria Lopez. I have been a metals major for about 3 semesters now. Followed my curiosity, led me here. It's a lot of fun, and There's a lot to learn from this gigantic studio. The department itself is not necessarily jewelry specific. It's more sculptural based. And if you do tell these professors that you do want to learn jewelry or you want to incorporate smaller scale mechanisms to your work, they are there for you and they know these mechanisms and they can teach you and show you. And because it's a smaller major, there's less of us, and therefore there's more time for these professors to be super informative one-on-one with you. Overall, it's just fun. The community here is also really kind. Everyone in metals, we all push each other. We all have different styles, and it can be recognized within all of us. But we try to push each other. I fail a lot. Following what you have in mind and realizing that it's a bit difficult to actually produce it tangibly, it's very frustrating, but it's very, very, very rewarding. And it's so much fun. I think just learning my process and learning how I actually produce these concepts to become a 3D product, it's very rewarding.
This has been Carolina Garza in the Metal Studio. Back to you guys.
Are you a student whose parents or guardians did not complete a 4-year college degree, or a student raised by a single parent or guardian who did not complete a 4-year college degree? If you are, you would belong to the 46% of students at Texas State that are first-generation students. Texas State wants to honor all first-generation students that are on the verge of graduating through the First Gen Proud program. For the accomplishment of being first in your family to graduate, Texas State is offering a First Gen stole for students that attend the First Gen ceremony. The First Generation graduation celebration event will be held on Saturday, April 22nd from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. At the event, there will be First Gen Proud alumni shirts on sale that are only available in person. If you want to register to attend the event and receive a stole, or for more information about the program and the event, go to www.ucollege.txst.edu/firstgenproud.
Hey Bobcats, do you like going for walks without the hassle of having a lot of people around? Then look no further than our very own theater center. The theater building is located on Moon Street, right across from the PAC. It is a big round building that is surrounded by water, one of the most unique buildings found at Texas State. There are multiple roaring fountains all around the building and the park right next to it. You will see various ponds with all sorts of vegetation in them, bringing life and creativity to the park. Since spring is upon us now, all the flowers are starting to bloom with various colors showing and some of the fall colors still present in the trees. We are getting closer and closer to summer, so we have to enjoy the beautiful flowers before they dry up by the extreme Texas heat. Not only have the flowers started to bloom, but the wildlife is starting to show up as well, from sunbathing turtles to fishes looking for food and walking birds occasionally crossing your path, the perfect combination for your walk. There is so much open space to lay around and just enjoy a beautiful day outside. Bring your friends, family, and pets to the area to enjoy a nice walk in the spring weather before it gets dangerously hot. We all know what the Texas heat can do. So, next time you are looking to take a stroll in nature, make sure you visit the theater center right across from the PAC. You will not regret it.
College of Broadcasters Incorporated, also known as CBI, is an after-school organization located in the School of Journalism and Mass Communication. Lelaine Aquino gets an insider look from the members in the club.
This is Lelaine Aquino at Hines Academic Center, where I'll be interviewing some CBI members.
I asked the College Broadcast Inc. members of their expectations and impression of the new club.
What are your expectations of this club?
I want this club to be a meeting spot for people in our major of like electronic media, mass communication. I really want a club for unity that like brings everyone together.
The
This is actually my first semester with CBI, but I've been very excited since I've gotten here. I think there's a lot of good moving parts that have been going along, and I think it's brought me nothing but positivity so far.
I guess to kind of make friends and meet more people, kind of some networking going on, and also just get into any projects or basically some experience or knowledge.
Further learn about certain things about broadcasting, maybe possibly how to work behind the camera too, just to get the groundwork.
Expectations is to get to do networking, get to know people, and hear from the industry people that come to give us lectures to see how their experiences are.
The club is open to everyone interested to join. Their last meeting will be held on the last Wednesday of April here at Hines Academic Center. That's all for today's interviews. This is Lelena Aquino. Back to the studio.
All right, Bobcats, we will see you after the break.
Stay tuned.
With the school year approaching, many students are looking for places to stay for next year. Leah Avenue Town Home would be a great fit for college students, which is in Wonder World across the street from Red Oak Village, which contains Sam's Club. There's a pool for relaxing, a basketball court to shoot some hoops, a small gym to help with basic exercise, and a volleyball court. Each unit has 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, a laundry room, a living area, and a kitchen. If you rent a unit by the bed, rent is roughly $500 to $600, or if you are looking into renting the entire apartment, rent would roughly be around $2,100 to $2,500. But don't wait to the last minute to try to make your decision. Come on down today where they do walk-in tours. You'll be able to see everything just listed and more. Oh, and by the way, it's a pet-friendly environment. Visit leahavenuetownhomes.com.
It's not summer yet, but that won't stop these crafty rafters from setting sail. New Braunfels Parks and Recreation is putting on Through the Chute. Skilled and amateur raft builders will gather up cardboard, duct tape, and creativity and hit the waters Saturday, April 29th. The rafts will have to stay afloat through the flipping tube chute. The event begins at 10 a.m. and goes until 2, or until the last raft sinks. Grab your friends and head to the New Braunfels City Tube Chute on the Comal River and get ready to cheer on your favorite raft.
Looking for a place to stay next semester? Well, V Lofts at San Marcos may be just what you're looking for. Located just north of campus, next to West Sesame Drive, V Lofts is the perfect location for students who would prefer to live somewhere within walking distance from their classes. V Lofts also prides itself on providing its residents with a variety of unique amenities such as a gym, a clubhouse, and even a pool. The outdoor courtyard is a great spot for getting some fresh air while studying or socializing with friends. Need somewhere quieter? Well, they also have a smaller study lounge equipped with high-quality Mac desktops for all your academic needs. The staff at V Lofts are all very professional and are dedicated to creating a safe and comfortable living environment so residents can get the most out of their experience there. V Lofts describes itself as a provider of elegant living, so if this apartment sounds like somewhere you'd enjoy spending your next year at Texas State, then book soon while spots are left.
The spring semester is when students start looking for apartments to lease at, but due to the influx of students Texas State received, apartments are being sold a lot faster than normal. And even though the economy now has influenced rates, apartment complexes have reported that due to the high number of students coming in, the rates are predicted to go even higher. However, apartments are willing to sign on students for a lower price if leased on time. Otherwise, the later students that wait to lease, the higher the rates will go up. So if you haven't found a place to stay, go to www.offcampushousing.txstate.edu for more information about off-campus living.
Are you looking for a unique shopping experience? Well, Wimberley Market Days are officially open for its 54th year. With more on the story, here's Joshua Langford.
Since 1969, vendors from across Texas have flocked to Wimberley. Nowadays, you can find almost anything there, from antique posters to one-of-a-kind themed lamps. Wimberley Market Days host more than 500 vendors with tens of thousands of visitors each day. Some shoppers come just for the old-fashioned kettle corn, which has been a staple of market days for as long as anyone can remember. John McClanahan, owner of C&J Mercantile, has operated his shop at market days for more than 20 years. A retired history teacher who spends his golden years selling antique military and cowboy memorabilia while sharing a little piece of Texas history with each customer. Wimberley Market Days are open the first Saturday of the month from March to December. This has been Joshua Langford reporting from Wimberley, Texas. Back to you at the station.
All right, Bobcats, we will see you after the break.
Stay tuned.
The Honors College, LBJ, Alkek Library, and the Joe and Cole Mitty Building. What do all of these have in common? They all have different forms of art in them. We are always rushing by them while we are heading toward a class, or we see them so casually that we don't take the time to stop and look at them. In the Honors College, you will find graphic art featuring bold typography and vivid colors. Art that has been gifted to the school, art that's been commissioned towards students. There are many student exhibitions that can be found in both the Student Center and the Art Design. You'll find a variety of funky paintings hanging in these old buildings that make you double back to take a closer look. A variety of sculptures can be found in different locations around campus, each with a description of the student who created it. A new exhibition in the Joe and Cole Building is dedicated to student artists who won juried competitions. Everywhere we turn, there is art, and we can observe it easily if we take the time to look closely.
Have you ever heard of Pho Tran 88? No? If you haven't, then you might want to consider trying this Vietnamese Chinese restaurant. Pho Tran 88 has been open since spring of 2020. This family-owned restaurant serves many delicious meals, from steamed dumplings, hot and sour chicken, and their ever-popular pho. Hear that? Those deep-fried egg rolls are crispy and juicy on the inside. The place is open Mondays to Saturdays from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. So, the next time you walk around the square and want to grab a bite, try out Pho Tran 88 in North LBJ Drive.
It's time to dust off your tights because the annual Sherwood Forest Renaissance Fair has officially opened. The fair hosts musicians, artisans, and medieval combat, boosting 150 shows per day with 170 shops. You can find Sherwood Forest behind the castle wall in McDade, Texas, just a short 35-minute drive east of Austin. The fair runs from March 4th through April 23rd, open weekends from 10 a.m. to dusk. Purchase tickets at sherwoodforestfair.com.
This past weekend, Army ROTC cadets spent 3 days in the field on a joint training with UT Austin and St. Mary's University at Round Lake, Texas. Cadets were able to apply their knowledge in a tactical environment and fulfill leadership roles in field-based operations. Each cadet participated in 7 lanes and were tested on their planning, leading, and how well they execute their mission, all while carrying 35 to 45-pound rucksacks and imitations of M4 rifles, radios, and other dense equipment issued to them. They also conducted combat life-saving skills and search and seizures. What a way to build future leaders in the United States Army.
For those who may not know, April is Sexual Assault Awareness and Prevention Month. In recognition of this, the campaign for National Denim Day takes place on the last Wednesday of April every year. On Denim Day, everyone is encouraged to support survivors of sexual violence by wearing denim. The campaign was started after a 1992 assault case in Italy when female members of the Italian parliament protested an unjust ruling in the case by going to work in jeans. Yesterday, the Students Against Violence peer education team hosted a jean and poster painting event in preparation for Denim Day. This year, Students Against Violence encourages all members of the Texas State community to wear denim on April 26th and take a stand. To learn more about how you can get involved, follow at SAVTXST on Twitter and Instagram and visit denimday.org. Interested in learning more about American government and how to share your voice? Brennan Barker has more information on the class.
Have you ever wanted to be a part of the decision-making process of how your class is being taught? In Ethics in American Government with Emily Hanks, students are given the opportunity to create questions and conversations that guide the curriculum.
I really like this class because of the discussions that we get to have. It's a really great group. A lot of these people in this class I've been in different courses with throughout my semester here. And it's small too, so that allows for like really intimate conversations. Everybody's committed to talking, everyone's committed to reading the material, or at least being aware of what the material is to add to the conversations. With the government, and less concern with transparency with private companies.
Yeah, so it's not for everybody, but the format of the class reflects kind of how I believe that we should be in public. I mean, I try to create an organization where you all have ownership of the content and of creating the contents and of driving the questions. To the earlier conversation about chatbots, like I don't think a chatbot would ever be able to succeed in this class. I don't really worry about it because we ask questions, right? We don't always provide answers. And, not everybody has to take the same approach, but that's my approach. And why do I do it that way? Well, I mean, particularly in this class, which is about justice and the common good and thinking about what's right to do for public decisions in governments. I'm hoping that by setting the class up this way, it's sort of like it's an experiment where we practice just those things that we're talking about sort of, in theory in the book. Like the class is really based on, doing that in small ways and giving us hopefully some success in doing that. Because, once you've enjoyed a little bit of success, I think we start to trust and we start to feel like we have more efficacy and agency to maybe go forward and participate in a meaningful way.
This has been Brennan Barker. Back to you at the studio.
Thank you for watching. This has been Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Mackenzie Miller.
And I'm Carolina Garza. Join us next week for another broadcast. Have a great day.